What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the FA20 build. As you see, we got the motor in the garage. Back in here with Lucy. She's all ready to see her new motor. She's all excited. But in this episode, we're going to be putting mostly just a lot of small stuff on. We got to do lower oil pan, timing cover. Motor's already timed, as you saw in the last episode. We got thermostat, water pump, few sensors that I'll be reusing that don't need to be replaced. And yeah, and then not only that, but we do have a few things we gotta finish doing to her. I gotta do tranny gear oil. Don't know why I just blanked out for a second. Gear oil and tranny and the rear diff. I also need to finish installing a short throw shifter on that, but we gotta wait till the motor's back in the car because I was trying to take the shift plate off that tranny without the motor in it, and I was just rocking the tranny back and forth. Didn't really feel too comfortable laying under there doing that because, as you see, I have no lift yet, so working on my back. Didn't really feel comfortable sitting there with two pry bars rocking that tranny back and forth. So when this goes in, that will get finished up. But yeah, let's hop into this episode and start doing stuff. As you guys can see, if we come over to the back, we got a bunch of parts. Everything that was in the basement is all out here now, just laid out in the back seat. Got some electrical cleaner because the whole wiring harness needs to be cleaned. It's covered in oil. Some engine degreaser to try to clean up some stuff. But yeah, and then if you come around, here's most of the stuff we're gonna be installing today. New oil pan, water pump, thermostats down in there somewhere, bolts, other stuff like that. And then that is the new radiator that will be going in because Subaru thought it was smart to make drain plug on that plastic. So I stripped that out after, draining that radiator so many times. And that is not really fun to get out because if I drill that, there isn't really a plug that will go in and fit it. But anyway, and we just need a bigger radiator to handle all that extra power from her up there. So we got a coil rad, and then we got a new timing cover. Because I don't think I've told you guys this, but the entire reason that this motor failed is because the oil pressure switch popped out. Let's just say the motor that was in this car was not the original factory motor that came with it from the day it was made. Definitely been replaced, but whoever replaced the motor was installing this prior to me buying it, because I'm now the third owner of this car. They stripped out the oil pressure switch. So when I took this motor out the first time, back when we had carbon issues on the valves and she was low on compression because they were stuck, I ended up pulling the threads out and I didn't realize it, didn't catch it. So when I put the whole motor back together, went for a drive, and she pissed out all 5 quarts instantly and absolutely toasted the motor. So fuck you to people that don't know how to properly fix stuff. Like, damn, at least fucking put an insert in it or something, not just strip it and then because it ain't coming out or leaking, call it a day and leave it like assholes. So yeah, got a whole new timing cover for that because the oil pump's built in. So not only do I need a new oil pump for this new motor, but because that's stripped, can't really tap that. I mean, I could tap it and make a fitting or have a fitting for the oil pressure sensor, but don't really feel like doing that. Don't feel like playing games, and plus need the new oil pump, which is built into it. So, but yeah. And then in this bin, got mostly all the old stuff, wiring harness, obviously gonna be reused, pulleys, bunch of stuff. Intake manifolds over there that needs to get cleaned. Same with the throttle body. We will not be reusing the factory top mount because fuck that, we're making more power. But yeah, let's get going. So as you guys can see, we got the lower oil pan installed. I did film a time lapse, but my phone decided to quit halfway through it, so unfortunately you won't see that. But now we're gonna do the thermostat and the housing and the water pump. All right, so as you guys can see, we got the water pump on now and the new thermostat and thermostat housing, and then obviously, as you know, lower oil pan. And I don't know why, but my phone decides to keep ending the time lapses, so that's an issue. But we're gonna let the RTV cure, and then we're gonna flip this over and get ready to put the timing cover on. What is up, guys? So today's a new day. As you see, we're back in the garage, got the motor. A lot of stuff's been going on, so garage is kind of a mess right now because my dad just acid etched the floor and resealed them and stuff. But we're getting back to the motor today, so hopefully we'll get the timing cover on, and instead of cleaning up some parts that are back there. That took me a second. Started cleaning up some parts that are back there, so hopefully we'll get the timing cover on today, and we will get some other stuff on. I still gotta clean the intake manifold, which you can't really see because it's fucking behind the motor right there. Still gotta clean that, and then, so yeah, I mean, we'll just get to it. I mean, sorry that there hasn't been a video in a while. I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house that isn't exactly engine related. Also been waiting on parts and stuff because a lot of stuff is on back order or factory order, you know, whole 9 yards. And then not only that, but I'm in the process of buying another daily driver, because if you guys don't know already, this engine and that car that's out there is going to become a drag racing car. So hoping to get it ready for next season. We are going to be doing a bunch more stuff after this motor to that car. So make sure you like and subscribe. Stick around. Watch the adventure. So a few days ago, I was trying to install the new timing cover by myself on here off camera. And I was doing it late at night. Fucking was tired. Got, you know, RTV on the cover. Can't get it on the cam gears or nothing like that. You know, you don't want to fuck up the timing. But I kept hitting the cam gears with the cover, having to take the cover off, completely clean it, clean the cam gears, make sure all of those are good. Did that like 3 times and then finally just gave up because I was obviously too tired to do it. And not only that, but why do it off camera? Then you guys don't get to see much. But anyway, because of that, I had the bright idea of taking 2 of the timing bolt, or not timing bolt, but timing cover bolts to work, and figured out the thread pitch on them, because if you guys don't know, I work at a parts store. So figured out the thread pitch on them, and then bought the longest bolt I had available, and then another one. I cut the heads off and just taped them together. And hopefully, the theory is maybe you guys can use this in the future if you're ever having the same issue where you're trying to put the cover on, but for some reason you keep hitting the cam gear and you gotta clean it all and do all that again. But the theory is that we're gonna use these as kind of alignment dowels. So I'm either gonna put them on the side, so then they stick out from the cam so I can properly line the cover up, or I'm gonna put them kind of somewhere in the middle, wherever it's easiest. We're gonna dry fit the cover a few times without any RTV on it and kind of see if these work. Because if they do, well, that's a little tip for you guys if you guys are doing this on your own and you're having that same issue that I had, making a mess with RTV. But if you're asking why I taped them together, didn't weld them together, it's because I don't have a 220 plug in this garage yet, just standard 120. So can't use my welder yet. So tape will do for now. So as you guys just saw from the time lapse, I got everything set up, test fitted the cover with the little dowels that I made, and those worked. So if you guys ever want to try that in the future, there you go. You know where you saw it. But anyway, went to go actually put it on, and I ran out of RTV. So that's the day I'm having. But get more RTV tomorrow and pick this up right where we left off. Right, buddy? Right? Finish the motor tomorrow? Well, not finished, but get the cover on? Yeah, see? He knows what's up. Alright, so as you guys see, it is the next day. Went out, got some more RTV. You see we get the engine here, got the timing cover out. So we're gonna put RTV on it and get the timing cover on this motor finally, and then probably get some other stuff on there too. Alright, so as you guys see, we got the water pump on, new thermostat and housing, lower oil pan, timing cover, and then, you know, this is on the last video, high pressure fuel pump, but now we also have the coolant crossover tube and the EGR cooler hose, and she's coming along. But I think with that being said, we're gonna end this video here because I'm still waiting on knock sensors and a couple other things. I gotta get a new crankshaft position sensor and bracket. Gotta get the coolant temp sensor, oil pressure, oil temp, all that. Gotta get the company 23 front seal tool so I can install the seal on that. But we're gonna end this episode here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stick around for further adventures and new episodes.